I'm checking what are the different ways we can load data from GCS bucket to BigQuery. Today we will see how we can build event-driven pipeline using EventArc and Cloud Function. So there will be no manual runs, just files in, data out. Here is exactly how we build it. GCS bucket is our starting point. Usually file arrives here from upstream jobs. We will use 4 Parquet files as data source and one trigger file complete.txt. The trigger file is a dummy empty file that is being used to inform downstream jobs that our data is ready to be processed. Next, EventArc trigger will waiting for the trigger file. As soon as it available, it will call Cloud Function and EventArc monitoring object finalize event means when a new object successfully created. In our case, it is watching for complete.txt file successfully created. In Cloud Function, we are checking files, load them into BigQuery, and archive the source files. And when we are loading data into BigQuery, we are using truncate insert mechanism. We are populating load log table in BigQuery to validate if files loaded successfully or not. Finally, the function archive all the files to archive directory. If anything fails, nothing gets archived. Fails stay where they are and EventArc automatically retries. So what we actually building here? A fully automated event-driven data pipeline. No servers to manage, no schedules. Our on-prem team or job just drop files and BigQuery handles the rest. And because every run writes to a load log, we have got a full history. How many rows loaded, how long it took, which run failed and why. So let's build it. I'm using demo project. To create a service account, go to navigation menu, IAM service accounts. Click create service account, give a service account name. I'm using GCS to BigQuery loader as a add a description. Click create and continue. In the permission section, add these roles. So first one, I added BigQuery data editor to write rows into BigQuery tables. Second one is BigQuery job user to submit load jobs. And then we have two storage object permissions, storage object viewer and creator. Let's start with minimum permission. If required, we can add admin. Next, we have storage bucket viewer role to list bucket contents. And finally, the EventArc event receiver role to receive events from EventArc trigger. Click continue and finally click done. We are not assigning this service account to any group or users. Now check and verify your service account. Click the service account created, check the permission, manage actions. Yeah, we can see 6 permissions added into the role. Now we need to add one more permission to publish PubSub notification. So for that, we need to open our Cloud Shell, authorize. Okay, Cloud Shell is activated. Let's expand this. So here is the command to execute. First, you need your project ID and project number. This comes from your project. And then there's the permission you need to grant GCS service account to publish PubSub messages. So from there, EventArc received the message from there. Now we need to enable required APIs. So go to navigation menu, apps and services, and click enable API and services. Here click enable API and services again. So first API we need to enable is Cloud Function API. Search here, it will show up here. So click and make sure it is enabled and the status showing enabled. Follow the same step to enable all these APIs. Now let's create BigQuery dataset and tables. Go navigation menu, find BigQuery and then click Studio. Inside BigQuery Studio, expand project, and I already have an existing dataset called demo_dataset. So I'm going to use this one. If you want to create a new dataset, just click 3 dots, project level, and click create dataset ID, name, and location is important. And once you provide this, just click create dataset. So once dataset created, go inside that, and I have created already the structure of 4 tables. customers, order items, orders, and product. So these are the 4 tables we want to load. Here is the script to create them. I use this simple create table script, customers, products, orders, and items, and they're already created. Check the count of each table. So right now there is no rows, so they all are empty and ready to be loaded. So I'll put all the script in the description. I have created a simple Python file to run as a GCS function. So it's using 2 main libraries, function framework and the Google Cloud official library for BigQuery and storage. Then we're using this to pass project ID, dataset, bucket name, landing path, and the archive base. Next, we are mapping our buckets Parquet file into the BigQuery dataset tables. So we have 4 files mapping to 4 tables. Next, we set our trigger file is complete.txt, means as soon as complete.txt file available in our landing path, this function will start. Next, we declared a function load Parquet to BigQuery, so that will load our Parquet file into BigQuery table. Write truncate means every time it will truncate and load. And also we have another optional parameter is auto detect true, because we already created table in BigQuery dataset. So if we don't have table, we can say auto detect, because Parquet file already has the schema definition, so it will detect the schema from the file and create the table by itself. Then we have another function called archive files, means as soon as all the files are loaded, so we'll call archive files that will move the source Parquet file into the archive folder. Next, we have GCS to BigQuery is a cloud function and triggered by the GCS event. And the event looking for our trigger file, it is complete.txt file. As soon as it is available, this function will be triggered. So what it does, it builds 2 arrays, load task and file to archive. So all 4 files appended into these 2 arrays. Then we are calling thread pool executor to run all these files in parallel. So instead of sequentially load one after another, we are loading them in parallel. And finally, if everything's successful, then we are archiving the files into the archive folder. And we have requirement.txt file. We are using these 3 framework, and we want to use major version 3 for all of them. So this file right now in my local, so let's create GCP Cloud function and deploy this code. So in Cloud Console, go to navigation menu and look for Cloud Run and select services. So right now there is no services. So let's create a function, write a function and select function from here. So give a name. So I'm giving GCS to BigQuery. So select appropriate region. So in my case, it is Toronto. Next, we need to select our runtime. So our runtime is Python. So let's select Python 3.13. Script the trigger part here. So we'll create the trigger later. So next part is authentication. Select required authentication and use the default one, identity and access management IAM. Next, keep the default billing, request base access, and service scaling. Let's keep it default. Use only internal request. And the next we have some more configuration options, container, networking, and securities. Select container, accept the default one. We don't want to increase anything. Networking, we're keeping default one. Just security, add the service account we created. So GCS BQ loader SA. So that's our service account. Click create. Function created successfully. Now here for coding options, we have 2 things, main py and the requirements. Let's copy our local file content here. So go to our local, copy everything and paste here. And the function entry point, GCS to BigQuery, that's our function entry point. So instead of that, just replace with GCS to BigQuery. Next, copy the requirements file from local and paste the requirements here. Now, once everything looks good, click save and deploy and wait for deployment. You can see deployment in progress now. So boom, everything now completed. Our function deployed successfully. Now let's create EventArc trigger. To create the EventArc trigger, go to navigation menu, search for EventArc. So we don't see anything here. click view all products, search for EventArc and click EventArc. From trigger, click create trigger. Give a trigger name. So I'm using trigger GCS landing complete. Trigger type Google sources and event type cloud storage. Next, select event type version 1 finalized, means when any new object created inside the storage bucket, it will trigger. Keep the content type default application JSON. Now let's select our bucket. Our bucket is upload on-prem files. Select, and region is default as our bucket region. Now select the service account we created for upload, GCS BQ loader SA. And event destination, we are going to call our cloud run function. So event destination cloud run. Now select the cloud run function we created, GCS to BQ. So ignore this permission denied because we are the first time we are creating. So click create. All right, new trigger created, and the trigger started watching our bucket for any new files and the trigger file. So let's go to bucket and see what is in there. So here inside our bucket, we have two folders, landing and archive. So right now both of them are empty. Now let's test our setup. Right now, no files in our landing folder. Let's upload some files and check the log. Upload files. So from my on-prem folder, let's upload only the data Parquet file. Okay, so 4 files just now uploaded, but there is no complete.txt, means there is no trigger file. Let's see the log of the cloud run. Refresh. See, the cloud function detected our uploaded file, but because those are non-trigger files, so it is ignoring them. So it is still waiting for the complete.txt file, which is our trigger file. So let's upload our trigger file now and see what happens. Upload files, so complete.txt file. Okay, just uploaded complete.txt. Let's go back to our log and refresh log and see, actually the job started. So the log trigger file detected complete.txt, it started loading and loading products, loading done. So each file actually contains 100 rows, so all of them are completed. Then it started archiving files into the archive folder and also created the dated folder, but there I see there is an error here. So the error during archive process, so when I'm checking the log, so log actually saying our service account doesn't have storage object delete access to Google Cloud Storage object. So let's give permission to the service account. Go to navigation menu, IAM service account, and open our service account. Click the permission and manage access. The service account has these two, storage object creator and viewer, but we need delete permission. So instead of these two, let's give the storage object admin permission, storage object admin, and click save. So let's upload some files and test again. So in landing folder, let's upload 4 Parquet files first. So 4 files uploaded. Let's check the log. Refresh. We can see the function detected all these files, but those are not trigger files, so it is ignoring these files, waiting for trigger file. So let's upload the trigger file now. So upload files, complete.txt, and let's refresh. So it should be gone soon. See, folder is empty and all files processed and already moved to the archive folder. Let's check log, make sure everything processed successfully. We can see trigger file detected, then it started loading these, and here is the status, 100 rows for all 4 files loaded successfully, all load completed, and then it started archiving. So all file archived, and finally we can see the pipeline is completed. Now it's keep waiting for the next batch of files. Let's go to BigQuery and confirm data has been loaded. So last time I checked, row count was 0 for all 4 tables. Let's run it again. Yeah, we can see right now all table loaded with 100 rows. I have added a small enhancement in the setup. Just created a load log table for audit purpose, so that will track what file loaded, what time loaded, and what is the status of the file inside BigQuery. So I created this load log table with these fields, and right now table is empty. Also updated the Python code here, added this log table here and this log setup with all these fields, and every time any new file loaded it will write log. So I already deployed updated code here, and the function right now running. Let's upload some files and check how the log works. So inside landing file, let's upload all this Parquet file again. So uploaded, because we don't have any trigger file, so those files actually ignored right now. Let's upload the trigger file now. So it's complete trigger file uploaded. If we refresh, those should be gone. So see, it's gone, so that means those are processed. So if we go to the log, so we can see everything processed and archived. So see, pipeline completed. So let's go to BigQuery. Let's query the newly created log table. Boom, see, we can see 4 files here. Run ID generated runtime, so the same ID, these 4 files, path of these 4 file from where it was loaded, target table name, status is success, how many rows loaded. In case of any error message should show up here, and the start time, end time, and duration in seconds. See, it's pretty fast, 1, 2, 3 seconds. And finally, what file actually triggered them. So our trigger file is complete.txt. That's all for today. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.